Attention, an update is incoming. Press the red button to skip. Attention, an update is incoming. Press the red button to skip.
Hi everyone, I have been accused of being lazy, and I'm here to publicly denounce these accusations, since they are not true. I'm in fact very busy, as you can hear in the background. As you can hear in the background. Anyway, I will promise to be more active. And if you want to support me being more active, you could send me whatever nonsense you find via private message or by using the hashtag StopBeingLazyEZ. Oh, there is one already.
I watched your video and I find you is the original very sexist and racist. Your videos always making fun of cis white males. You just don't steal videos from non-cis white males because you know that if you choose videos from women or diverse colors or gender floods, you'd look even stupider. Stick to the damn white guys. Lol, apparently they at your intellectual level.
Holy shit!
أخواتي السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
This requires some serious translation.
Way too pink.
Okay, that should be enough. Try again.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Perfect.
So today's topic is...
Have you ever tried to hold your phone sideways when recording?
Darwin's theory of evolution.
Forget I asked.
Is it blind faith? Is it a theory?
Well, it is a... Wait, are you masturbating while filming? Anyway, look, even if evolution was totally false, it wouldn't be blind faith. You just would have blind faith in it.
So I need to ask you 3 questions.
Okay?
Do you believe in evolution?
Sure.
Are you a strong believer of evolution?
Well, the same way you are a strong believer in the existence of Iceland. Wait, do you actually believe in Iceland?
When did you start believing in evolution?
This sounds like the anonymous alcoholics, actually. Are you a drinker? Are you a strong drinker? When did you start being a drinker? It doesn't matter when you started believing in something. What is important is what you believe, why you believe it, and whether or not it is true.
Now, I just need to go through the steps of some of the steps of the scientific method with you.
Hi, I'm Jay.
And I'm R.
We're from the Rational Channel and we deal with crap like this all the time. So go ahead, tell us about science.
First of all, observation, hypothesis, experimenting, collect the data, experiment the data, more experimenting, and then after that comes the big steps, which is building theory or principle.
So, you seem to be confused about what science is and what good facial hair should look like. We can help you with the first problem, but with the second, you're on your own.
So I'm not sure why you didn't just Google the scientific method as opposed to rambling like a moron. But seriously, why develop your hypothesis after your observation? You're supposed to make your hypothesis before making observations, otherwise how do you know what you're testing for? And while I'm on that topic, how the hell do you experiment the data?
What you should have said is, the scientific method consists of deciding upon your research question, reading the previous research on it, constructing your hypothesis or prediction, testing that prediction with an experiment, analyzing the data, reporting your results, and then adapting future experiments to learn more about your findings. Sorry buddy, experiment the data isn't in there. I think that about covers it.
Go back to my first point. First step. Observation. What is an observation? Observation is an idea that you grant from the natural world.
An idea that you grant from the natural world? That doesn't mean anything. Either you made up an idea and granted it to yourself, or natural world has suddenly morphed into a sentient being while I wasn't looking.
And how did Charles Darwin see in this natural world animals that evolved from one kind to another, so it changed in kind.
But Darwin didn't. Wait a second. Did you just say kind? I don't think kind gets ever mentioned in the Quran. Are you flirting with Christian creationism? Infidel?
That's what his theory of evolution said, theory of evolution.
Hey, you not liking it being a theory doesn't change the fact that it is a theory.
He stated that dinosaurs could change from being dinosaurs into birds.
No, he didn't. I could tell you that it wasn't in the book because the first feathered dinosaur was found 2 years after he published his book. But let's be honest. The reason you fail to know what Darwin wrote is because you debunk a book you haven't read.
He said we came from mammals or monkeys.
Wait, did you just exclude monkeys from being mammals?
But his proof was that he went to this island, some mad island, and he seen these birds, the finches.
Yes, Darwin went to the Galapagos Islands and studied the finches.
He said they, throughout time, their peaks came bigger.
Bigger than what? No, the finches' beaks have a different shape and function, depending on what island they came from. And that is because they were adapted to different food sources and environments.
But what people's mixing up is evolving and an adaptation.
You mean you mixed it up?
First of all, an adaptation is a change in some of the animal's characteristics, but it did not change in kind.
Evolution usually refers to any genetical changes over time. Adaptation refers to either a beneficial trait or the acquisition of such a trait. One does not just work without the other, which is why Darwin's theory of evolution often gets referred to as evolution by natural selection, not evolution by evolution.
Did not change from a dinosaur to a bird.
Evolution did not change from a dinosaur into a bird because evolution wasn't a dinosaur to begin with.
It's still the same kind, but it adapted some characteristics to suit its environment or some changes in the environment.
Okay, first of all, define kind, please. Second, the theory of evolution does not state that some bird one day just hatched out of a dinosaur's egg. It states that every generation is slightly different from their parents, and beneficial mutations get favored by the environment and can thus survive longer and multiply more.
If you're a believer of evolution, I want you to give me one evidence of observable information.
Observable information? What the hell does that mean? Information you can stalk while it changes its underwear?
One type of animal that changed in kind, not an adaptation. I don't want any adaptations on it. I heard a lot of adaptations. I want one animal that changed in kind, from a dog to a cat or whatever it is.
Aha, so to prove evolution, you want dogs turning into cats without adaptation, even though evolution requires adaptation to work in the first place. Brilliant!
He said that the proof was through the fossil the records. He said that the proof was through the records. But he says this was millions of years ago. Can this be observed today? No, it cannot.
Obviously, you can't observe dogs turning into cats because A, there is no natural advantage for dogs to be turning into cats, and B, it would take so many generations and so much time that you would be long dead before ever seeing it.
Can this be tested? No, it could not, because it does not exist today.
You are different from your parents. They are different from their parents. We have constantly to update antibiotics because the germs evolve and turn resistant to them, and since a couple of years, we actually have plastic digesting organisms. Evolution goes on all the time and can easily be tested nowadays.
He said it was millions of years ago and there is no evidence at all.
Kinda hard to give you evidence for something you don't understand at all.
So, therefore, This cannot be a theory if it cannot even pass the first step of the scientific method, which is observation.
So, because you demand evidence that would disprove the theory of evolution and you cannot get it, you conclude that the theory is wrong. Yes, hands!
Therefore, if it's not a theory, it is definitely blind faith. Because people believe they have this blind faith that some animals changed in kind millions of years ago.
Let's assume for a moment that for some reason the theory gets disproven eventually. The people believing in it before wouldn't have blind faith because the theory was based on evidence available up to that point. You know what would be blind faith? Believing that some warlord flew around on a winged horse because some book says he said so.
But some say that they have faith in the actual researchers because they're professional and they trust what they do. Just like how some people have faith in God, they have faith in those experts.
I do have a certain amount of trust in professionals because they had proper education and training and are generally reliable. Your God, on the other hand, ends up on the reliability chart right under yogurt as a cure of testicular cancer.
But those experts, unfortunately themselves, which is a good thing, I believe, they couldn't even provide any observable information about any animals that changed in kind.
You know, Hoodie, I looked up kinds for you in the Quran, and the only verse even remotely connected to animals in Noah's flood is Surah 26, verse 119. And I mean only that verse because the following verse already talks about drowning the infidels. And I say remotely connected because it says the following.
So we saved him and those with him on a laden ship.
Due to this verse, the ship was simply loaded. It doesn't talk about kinds. In fact, it doesn't even talk about animals. As far as we know, it could just as well be filled with gingerbread and Christmas trees. I find it very odd that you insist on evidence concerning passages from someone else's holy book.
Don't want an adaptation. Saying to you that again. So, do you still believe in evolution?
Yes, I do. Your sloppy slander of a strawman did not disprove evolution.
Are you still a strong believer of evolution?
Evolution is a scientific theory, not some sort of sacred revelation. I believe in its existence as strongly as I believe in the existence of homework.
How dare you compare my theory to homework?
But Darwin, I didn't. I just compared the belief in it to the belief in homework.
Even worse, you blasphemous, oversized lizard! Come here, God.
Did this dude just fuck off with the light? Motherfucker!
Telltale, can you get us some light in here?
Sure.
Seriously, humans get upset so easily.
Let me fix the quantum fibro nexus modulator.
Well, at least nobody can see our green faces anymore.
What a mess, guys.
Fix your mask. People can see your scales.
Oh, wait, I fixed that.
Fuck it, if they see our green faces, I'll just erase their memories.
We really should not forget to cut this, by the way, guys. Otherwise the Overlord will be so upset. May his cold heart ever beat.
We're ready. Going live in 3, 2, 1.
Are you still a strong believer of evolution?
I believe in its existence as strongly as I believe in the existence of homework.
When did you stop believing in evolution?
I don't know. Should I really stop believing in it? But it makes me feel so sciencey.
I hope you enjoyed my video today and you find it somewhat beneficial. Enjoy your day.
It sure as hell was entertaining.
Dear fellow YouTubers, I know how it can be lonely sometimes when the people you watch the most just turn out to be way too lazy to make a video for you. So for your own pleasure, please consider clicking those 4 buttons on the screen and subscribe to those wonderful reptoids and the human. If you really like my work, it would be absolutely awesome if you would click my subscription button too. And if you really like my stuff, maybe consider a little Patreon donation. I wish you all a wonderful evening
Okay.
Jazz hands!
I don't need that.
Maybe I'll use my mind control to make him give me a blowjob while I'm at it. Fuck it, dudes, chicks, it's all the same. Who gives a shit? Maybe I'll be the one giving the blowjobs. Wow, I really need to see a therapist.